straight ahead. Right side, right side, right side. Check it out. Check it out. Right side. Turn over the shoulder.
Alicia Keys was a very big role model for me because in the climate of people dancing and singing a track which is great, or wearing certain kinds of clothing. There was Alicia Keys who who knew classical music and was playing piano and singing, and she stayed true to herself, and she got recognized for being different and unique and for her talent, and that's kind of who I model myself after, somebody that is kind of different from everybody else and is kind of doing something that everybody else isn't necessarily doing, and being proud of that and being confident in that. And that's so important, especially as a young black woman. We kind of have the pressure of being in a mold, and there's no mold.
Okay, bud. Just so you know, 4 minutes.
So I think it's always interesting to see the stories told of the person who's standing just to the right of greatness. And I think that we have seen the story of Martin Luther King Jr. told, but a singular story that talks about who Coretta Scott King was. This woman who was a classically trained pianist, who was brilliant and a genius in her own right, and stood beside and helped to strengthen and encourage a man who is the most influential civil rights leader and humanitarian in the history of this world. I think it would be an amazing story to see told, because there has to be a tremendous amount of strength, grace, brilliance, and pain that hides behind someone like that.
Oh my God, what's that just makes me think of everybody else. I can't even. Yeah, Assata Shakur. Assata Shakur, I've started reading her autobiography a little while ago. She actually was an activist, and she was wrongfully accused by the police, and she fled to Cuba, and she's still living there till this day. So I think that her story is absolutely amazing, and I would love to see that kind of be brought to the light,
So there's a few folks I can name, but the first one that I want to give honor to is Fannie Lou Hamer, who doesn't always get the recognition she needs to get. It's a woman who actually had an involuntary hysterectomy. She went in because they thought that she had cancer, and they forcefully gave her a hysterectomy. She was a leader and entrepreneur who made sure that in the community she registered other voters and allowed the young people to lead. And we don't always get that from our elders, when they just allow the young people to lead and support them in their work. She knocked on doors, she was thrown in jail, she was beaten up in jail while she was in prison. Then she went all the way to Atlantic City in New Jersey to work on the Democratic caucus to make sure that they were including black voters in the conversation. From Mississippi, the woman does not get as much recognition or honor as she gets on the national level. There are celebrations and honors and books and things about her, but I wish we brought her name more to the focus, and she's one of my heroes.
Right now,
You got a few other things.
yeah, right now I'm shooting an Amazon show right now here in LA right now. Right, I think that I'll always honor Madam T.J. Walker and her becoming the mogul that she was. It really inspires me and really tells me that I can be there one day as well. Well, she was the first black woman millionaire, I know that. And we didn't really learn about her a lot in school, but I think that that's something that we need to change. And she's amazing, she's bomb, and she's a boss, and I think that we need to talk about her more.